My voice. Conversation, by the way, right?
Hello and welcome, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further outside of that, though, you can go ahead and join us on our Patreon, where you'll gain access to our Discord server and get to play along with us in potentially other games, one-shots, or just hang out and learn about the lore of our many games that are happening all inside of the same universe at once. Alrighty then. Not Galen. Go ahead and tell us what happened last week.
Let's see. We leave in the morning and see Vanessa, Corby, and someone with them, a warrior who achieves absolutely nothing. Turns out to be our new player, Reg. We're paid and we get caught up with Corby, who is helping us get back to Alona. Gray annoys him completely with his discussion and slowness, not letting him control the situation and move at his pace. Reg, Corby's assistant, gets fired, and Cad starts to bring him in. We get back to Alona and make our way to our pyramid, where we meet up with Longy, who tells us about the Whitestone Commission, which we decided to join so we can travel faster to do our current goals. We asked to speak to Spalding to be hired for the trip. We meet with him and managed to end our travel and board aboard the vessel, getting a tiny spot in the vessel, and we stop at a monolith on the way out in the middle of the strait, suggesting that someone with this very conservative traditionalist values, and that's about it.
Alrighty. So, where last we left off, you all had ventured onto this vessel. Do any of you remember its name? It was funny, or at least I thought so. Also, I made it up on the fly, so I have no fucking idea what it was.
I forgot mine. I have to go find my notes. I think I have it. Let me check.
I thought it was funny. That's all I know.
The
So anyways.
Nebuchadnezzar.
What? That's not funny? What? I thought it was something like the ball gag or some shit like that. It was slight sexual innuendo.
I should remember it then.
Yeah, that's like your one job.
That is my one job.
Yes.
Damn it, I'll have to go back and check it so I can get it off the...
Alright. So, you all are on the vessel, and you hear from up top that there's a very loud individual expressing that you're all about to take off. You all prepare yourselves inside of your tiny, tiny, tiny little rooms that are provided for you. And then begin to feel the sway of the ocean against your vessel. So, everybody, it is going to be a 2-day journey from Alona to Avaloa. Avaloa? Is that what I named it? Avala. Avaloa. It's going to be a 2-day journey to get down there. What are you all going to do in the meantime?
Dar will be meditating a lot on the front of the ship, watching through Talon's eyes, who will circle around the ship, just checking out the view and looking for any dangers.
Very well. So Dar meditates deeply. How about you, Flea?
Felician is gonna stay hidden as much as possible, either in very small creature form or as himself, who's also small, tucking into small places and stuff. He's having a hard time being away from his brother, Forrest.
All right. Roll me a stealth check then, please.
You. All right.
Okay. You find a nice little route up into the rafters, and then there's a little cubby space that you can easily crawl into and even sit up, as it appears to be directly underneath the captain's personal quarters. Not enough space to stand, but at least sit there and relax far away from everybody else. When you get up there, you also notice that the halflings of the crew are also utilizing that space, but it's mostly for like their breaks, and none of them want to talk anyways.
Awesome.
How about you, Gray?
Can we say that I picked up some supplies, like potion supplies and stuff while we were in Alona?
Oh,
I think you did because we already did.
Yeah. Okay.
some basic
We
things.
already
Yeah,
made
no.
some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no
got
worries.
potions of healing.
Is that what you want to do? You can make one a day.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And Ridge, how about you?
Ridge will mostly be staying in whatever space he was given and taking a gander at the book that was shared with him. Which
Remind
the
me
title
again,
I
which-
forget.
Yeah, it
I-
is. I will tell you right now. The Tao of Desire. It
That's
was
right.
it was a smut novel that Lee found under someone's bed.
It's the Durger and
Yeah,
Drow.
it's a
yeah.
Durgar and a Drow, who
yes,
fell in love with each other. Very descriptive novel of their union together.
Ah.
It's only about 90 pages or so, and half of them are sex scenes.
Are there any
male, right? They're both male.
Yes, yes.
Is there any anything other than romance? Is there like an adventure that goes along with it, or is it purely just them coming together?
There is the story surrounding their two unions of their families that were warring against one another on a faraway land deep within the grounds of some mountain that they resided inside of. Their family, after both ripping out of the clutches of these mind-flaying creatures for generations, were opposed with one another, fighting against one another for resources, and the two of them sought to become lovers in order to save their family and create a union together, and also because they were deeply in love. Now, unfortunately, at the end of the novel, spoiler alert, they both end up dying from poisoning themselves, thinking that the other was already dead.
Sounds strangely familiar.
Yes. But a lot of sex in between.
Did this happen to, take, 3 days or so?
Yeah. The entire novel takes place over 3 days.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's the
Oh my.
version of Romeo and Juliet.
Excellent. Ridge is devouring the book.
Well, you're supposed to read it, sir.
I'm picturing
You
a
know
bowl
what?
with knife and fork.
Ha! Fiber. Alrighty, so
Read it, but-
Ridge will read a book over the next 2 days. Dar will meditate. Flea will hide, and Gray will make potions. Are you just doing standard healing potions?
Can I do the next higher up?
Those require a week of downtime to make one.
Gotcha. So then, yeah, standard.
All right. Alrighty. Give me 2 herbalism checks.
Wisdom, right?
Yes. You have to roll not shit. Okay. That's the first one done. And the second one done. The DC's 10, so the odds of you failing is, well, you know, not impossible.
Not, especially with my rolling.
Also, can everybody turn on their 3D dice, enable them, and automatically roll 3D dice as well? Adds to the experience of the game. So anyway. 2 days pass by. Most of you keeping to yourselves along the journey and travel. And then you hear the captain call out. All right, we're about to dock. Everybody get your belongings together. This is the second to last stop.
Kai gets up, grabs a bag, and how far are we from the actual dock?
You look over and you are roughly about 80 feet from the dock. You're pulling in on the side and it takes a little bit to, you know, get the right angle to dock properly.
I put my hand on that banister and view through Talon's eyes, who kind of scouts out past the dock a little ways.
Alrighty. Roll me a perception check.
Perception. Core perception. Oh, wait a minute. Am I supposed to be rolling perception as the hawk?
Yes.
Yes, okay, cool. Character perception. Senses. Isn't passive? Oh, but that's passive. Okay, this is the one I want.
Hawk rolled in 18. Not bad. Or 22. It has advantage on perception checks that rely on sight.
Oh, nice.
You see that there is a dock. Wrong button. Sorry about that, everybody. I pushed the wrong button. Anyways, you see before you, there is a dock and a fairly quaint looking town by comparison of Alona and Valen. Very small. Though the buildings have a lot of land between them, and most of the land seems to be filled up with a tremendous amount of crops that are growing out here.
I tell Talon to keep scouting the area and let me know if there's anything pops up, and I walk down to the main part of the ship and look for my companions.
Hi, companions.
Hi, companions.
Jero, is this the? Are we at the? Because I think we were going to stop at a monolith on the way, or did?
Well, yeah, I was just fast. I was fast tracking the 2 days because none of you seemed interested in it, so just.
Okay, I was just double checking where I was at to make sure.
Yep, Avaloa, right here. So, as Dar already declared, hello, companions.
Companions are. I mean, this companion is there.
Jess, you're muted. I saw that you were trying to talk.
I mean,
I think
You were.
oh, I didn't think so. She just yawns and was like, "Are we close yet?" She's like, packing everything up.
You're coming to dock now.
She will hand Flea a healing potion that she just finished.
Flea takes it.
Well,
Well, I guess we should go up.
yeah.
Thank you.
I suppose we're gonna have someone meet us here to take us to where we're supposed to go for the Spaldings.
Yeah,
Didn't
I think so.
Didn't I purchase a healing kit from, potion from you last time, or was that the other game?
No, you
you
did.
got one.
Oh.
So our first day out, I helped Flea. I helped Flea helped Gray make the. We made 2 potions that day.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and so Dar should have one that he bought. I had one left over from that, and then I made 2 more and just gave Flea one.
Okay. At this moment, you all see Spaulding walk out and saunter his way upstairs. Excuse me, everybody. Move, move, move. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And he seems to struggle to get up all the stairs. By the time he reaches the 3rd from the top, he's already winded, partially. Okay. Come on, everybody.
That's our signal.
I'm kind of hiding behind Gray as we walk off.
Yep.
Do you want to be carried, Flea?
Yeah, and then I'll shrink down into a little tiny mouse, like a little tiny mouse. And then
In the front pocket.
I'll send a message to Talon. Do not eat Flea.
Fair enough. Talon will not eat Flea.
Only because the DM says so. Talon is.
Yes.
I know the player's disappointed, but yeah. Love you too.
So anyways, you climb up to the top of the vessel where you see that there's already a large section of his crew that is going downstairs to grab up all of his personal belongings, and he stands at the side of the vessel and lifts his leg up on top of a barrel that seems very specifically placed without any type of intent or reason other than for him to put his foot on it as he looks over. Ah, yes. The closest civilization to my home, Avaloa. Lovely little place here. They have a nice shuffleboard community, if any of you are interested. Or we could play polo.
What's a shuffleboard? Are they like elves?
What? No, it's a game.
Oh, I thought they were a community.
Oh, they have a strong community of shuffleboarders. Or shuffleheads, as they call themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. Let us go! And he starts gingerly walking across the plank. And you can all see that the crew has a visible sigh of relief as he is leaving.
Damn it, I didn't prepare blindness, deafness.
Oh my god.
That face.
No,
I meant on myself. Just deafness.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that to him as he's walking across. Ah! Yes!
I mean, no, but it was the deafness on myself.
Gray's not a murder hobo. She's a murderer with intent.
If it's dead, it's dead, man. Gray will follow and just... Are we staying here for a day or so? Or are we moving on towards Spalding?
Just for the evening we are staying here. Don't worry, I've already sent a letter ahead, and they will have servants' quarters available to you and your 2 companions, or 3 companions, no problem. And we are just going to be here while they reconstruct my cart.
Great. Well, looks like we have a few minutes, and she's gonna pull one of her cards from the fortune teller deck.
Oh yeah, this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I should have this open during your games.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm scared. What is a fortune teller deck?
Similar to a tarot deck.
Oh, okay. Doesn't make me scared, but okay.
All right, one second. I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't he just look magnificent, though?
No.
Mmm. Okay. So you shuffle the deck and then pull the top card and reveal it. As you look down, you see a pentagram. At each of the 5 points is a different flow of magic around them and a dazzling moonlit sky behind it. For the next 24 hours, you have disadvantage on all perception checks, as you are left being mused by the stars themselves.
Cool.
Not
I'm
all
just
of the
gonna
cards are fantastic.
I know. I'm just gonna rely on my my passive.
Yeah. Stars.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, as you're all walking and following after, Spaulding walks forward, and you see that a different individual walks around the corner. A fairly sprightly-looking halfling man, red clothing, very noble in origin, with white pants that are way too tight around the ankles and the thighs, but loosens up around the waist and the crotch area, seemingly deliberately. The tailcoat is only a few inches off the grounds themselves as the individual walks around and goes, "Oh, Grusso, it has been so long." "Ah, there you are, my precious little roadster. How are you?" "Oh, I'm doing fantastic, you big lump. Come here." They go over and embrace each other very closely. "Ah, all of you must be the employees here with Grusso, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Very fascinating. "I am Sir Ulrich Roadster."
Pleasure.
You as well. So, the 4 of you are going to be joining me at my estate with Spaulding as well. And we will be sure to give you whatever special accommodations is necessary. Oh, don't waste any of the niceties on them. They're getting paid a very fair wage. Of course, friend. No worries at all. Hey, if you want to go up ahead, we already set up our complete buffet of tartars, okay? Yum! And he goes and starts trotting enthusiastically towards the north. Roadster turns to look at you all. Ha! Sorry about him. He's an idiot.
Quite perceptive.
I
I'm
would.
going to attempt to sneak out of Gray's pocket and down the robes around the back, and then go back to being Flea and kind of put my head around from behind Gray, as if I'd been standing there the whole time.
Hey, buddy.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Yep, you as well. So yeah, he's an asshole sorry, but while you're here in Avaloa, we'll be sure to give you some nicer accommodations than what he is requesting, okay? Just follow me. Don't worry, he never looks behind himself when he's moving towards food.
That's mighty kind of you. Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome. And he just takes off walking down the street. You know, all of you look to be pretty good at the adventure in life, huh? You look a little sturdier than most of the people he recruits. He eyes you all up and down, and your equipment / small arsenal that is distributed between the four of you.
My eyes up here.
Yeah, I can't notice. Anyways, some sturdy adventuring type. What leads you to picking up such a minuscule amount of profit from this guy?
Well, work is work, and I don't know. We tend to go together, and needed something to do.
Just passing the time.
Yeah, that's Ridge, and that's Dar.
Hello, Rich. Hello, Dar.
Or
And,
nods.
Ray, you might have heard of her. She's pretty famous.
Oh yeah, I did hear about your apothecary mortuary.
Yes.
What was it called?
She has it in.
The large, the.
Yeah, my brother and I
low-
built a pyramid, and she put her shop in there.
The Long John? Is that what it's called?
The Morning Wood.
Oh, yes. The Morning Wood. That's it. He visibly slaps his knee. Oh, that is glorious. Good names. Yeah, I heard about your shop. Apparently one of my friends had their cousin buried with your services.
She makes really good caskets. You should ask her about making you one someday.
I certainly hope I won't need any anytime soon, but we'll see.
Well,
We'll see.
yeah, it's not really for you. It's for, your family and friends.
Good point. Yeah, they're probably going to die.
Well, I specialize in both burying and keeping alive, so if there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Oh, I certainly will. So, Sir Gusto, or, Grusso, how do you all know him? Just pick up the job and because it was available?
Yeah, there was a sign.
All right, Gray,
My
I need
brother
a
and I
deception.
met him once.
Oh. Gray, I need a deception check from you. And he'll look, oh yeah, must be good buddies, huh?
The first time my brother and I met him, he was eating some chicken. Never forget the grease going down his chin.
He gives a visible shiver. Ah. Yeah, fair enough.
Nice Gray.
Yeah, that was a good one. You actually beat his insight. Wow.
Woohoo!
Yeah, right. Sometimes, broken clocks right twice a day. Gray can lie once in a while. Well, that's all nice and dandy. So, you're helping out with the gathering of those stone slabs, huh?
Yep.
Must be pretty cool.
Yeah,
All those
it's,
slabs.
Getting a chance to travel, see the rest of the continent, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Mordor's a beautiful place to look around. And you've all been walking with him at his pace, which is slow, back towards his estate.
Same as mine.
Yep. Everyone else is forced to walk like halflings.
Does he seem like he's prodding at certain areas? Like as if he's prodding towards something that he's aiming for?
Roll me an insight
I
check.
don't know if I'm... Okay. Don't know why that rolled at advantage.
It's
21.
fine. 21. Yeah. He seems to be trying to figure out what your motives are without just straight up asking that. Seems to be wanting to learn about you all.
Okay.
Ah. Well, this side of the pond is a very lovely, free, open area, of course. Though money talks a lot more here than it does in, the northwest section of the Mortar. Over there, the idea of community is a lot stronger than it might be in these parts. You understand? And, well,
Yeah.
I will say for certain, Avaloa has a lot better of an opportunity to earn income than you might all be used to. For whenever you get bored of working for him, in case any of you all need a little more work.
Sounds fair enough.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
So, would you be the person to talk to then?
Oh, I rarely have personal work that I need done, but I can usually know a couple of individuals that might need some things and, assistances.
All right. Well,
My line of work is more towards acquisition and
Acquisition.
information.
All right.
Right.
Well, now that we've met, I can get in touch with you anytime.
Sounds wonderful. Gives a
Yeah,
very
and
toothy
I
smile.
I like acquiring things, so we have that in common.
Absolutely. Ridge and Dar. This individual is using Thieves' Cant right now, which both of you understand.
Ooh.
He's communicating that he may have a job about acquisition that may be counterintuitive to what you all are currently doing. But he's just prodding to see if any of you are part of the lifestyle.
I glance over at Gray and seeing if she recognizes what he's saying.
Roll me an insight check.
Insight. Let's see, Dar. Give it a sheet. And insight. Ooh. Yeah.
12. I mean, Gray seems to be having a normal conversation on a normal day.
Ridge will kind of hear this and reply back. He'll say, well, it's best not to, delve into areas of too much risk. Which is his way of basically saying, is there a lot of risk involved?
Oh, of course, you always have to be incredibly careful about risks when you're picking up different jobs, but the ones that have, bit more difficulty getting accomplished are usually the ones more profitable, right? And that's his way of saying, depending on the type of job, but profits will always be complementary or not comparable to the task asked.
Or it's just watching but not communicating. Is there any way it looks like Dar would know Thieves' Cant?
You know it.
I know it.
But it's not visible unless you start interacting with it.
Okay. So as far as They know I don't know it.
Yeah, as far as anybody knows, there's a normal conversation happening between Ridge and this guy, and yeah.
Okay.
Ah,
Well, I'll go for it.
well, if any of you end up being interested, be sure to just let me know. But yeah, and that's his way of saying talk it over with your friends, see what they're into.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Of course. And you all make it over to his estate. And it is a marvelous looking estate. The front of this building has an incredible, and I mean absolutely incredible, set of custom designed hedges, each one cut into a different shape, figure, monster, beast, whatever have you. And it is marvelous to even look at something this wide open. The front yard itself stretches on for about 40, 50 feet before you come across, on either side, water fountains that are actively being spewed with water all around and flowing. There are 2 guards out front, both of which are watching as you all approach and make it past the front gates. The estate itself looks to be a 2-story building that is roughly about 500 feet wide, and none of you can see how deep it is. It is way too much for any one person to live in, let alone a halfling. It's double the size to them.
This is so do you like this is really big. Are there like students that live here as well? Like my brother lived in a big place with lots of students.
Oh, no, this isn't an academy at all. This is just my family's estate. Though my family likes to spend some time further away from town and doing their own things, and whenever there's a different diplomat that comes through, I am the expected host for them here in town. I also do a whole lot of work to make sure that everybody is accommodated as they pass through. You know, a service industry work, if you will.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, we do hold frequent parties, but I encourage you not to mention anything like that in front of Spaulding. I really don't want him to come to the next one.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I imagine if it was a buffet, it would turn into a snack bar.
Oh, I'm so glad you all understand the intricate humors of the high society life. And that is thieves can't for you bet your ass this guy's an idiot.
Yeah, I'm used to, people living off of and taking just enough what they need.
Yeah.
Food in particular.
Oh, well, everybody has a sin, you know? As he says that, I would like a religion check from anybody proficient in religion or native to the land.
Ta-da!
Yep, that's you. And I think only you.
Yep. 19.
There is a very old Comorder belief in the personification of any of the bad traits people project if they get too overly projected. A lot of communities base their entire faith system around, well, anything in moderation is okay, but if you start projecting any of these sins, you could manifest a creature that represents that sin itself. I.e., if too many people get greedy, greed might come to kill you. If too many people are gluttonous, gluttony will come to kill you. Things such as that. And now that you look around and think about it, some of these hedges are cut in the shapes of these figures.
Did you want to give them a heads up in creating that set? She says, pointing to one that's like, I guess would be, we'll pick the sloth.
He looks over. Oh, I really appreciate the local design of culture that people bring to this area. And, well, I don't just host the diplomats of the quote-unquote civilized society. I host any community that comes through, and I like learning about them. And if it makes them feel more at home, why not? He looks you up and down. Are you a Bakwin by any chance?
I am.
Oh. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. It's kind of nice meeting someone who actually listens.
You know, it's surprising what happens when people just open their ears a little bit.
Truly. Oh, excuse me. You don't happen to be near enough to a Bakwin trade lines to have coffee, do you?
I have a supply of coffee on hand, yes. And if you would like, we have a authentic grinding station as well as a simulated heated sand pool to boil it in.
Bless you.
It was a gift from one of them that came by. Very nice of them as well. And he walks up the front doors where there are two more guards that now open the doors for you all. These guards on the inside look to be veterans of some type of military in origin. They're less high-strung as active guards would be if they were ever from wartime, but you all know the look of the people that they've experienced life, battle, and combat, and they know how to watch other people.
Do they seem on edge at all, or are they taking this as a calm interaction?
Roll me an insight check.
Ah, 11.
Calm is not in their repertoire, but they don't seem to be terribly alert, as far as you can tell. They seem to be watchful, but not on edge.
Okay.
And you all step inside to his not humble at all abode. A perfect marble flooring that seems to be encased with a thin layer of glass or some other epoxying. These large tables, though all of them are shortened at the very edges and corners, but are lifted up for average medium-sized creatures' usage towards the fat of the tables themselves. There's an incredible chandelier that has multiple different stars, each of which are glowing and shining very faintly in this open area. And if it wasn't for the light around you, you think would be projecting a starlit sky inside of this room. Well, everybody, welcome to the Roadster Estate.
It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
My God, it's full of stars.
You should see it at night. Don't worry. We'll turn off all the lights for you so you can experience it.
Well, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, of course. You all, or sorry, Gray, actually, not Ridge, hears the sound of sloppy eating coming from the left-hand side with closed doors.
I will take a little bit of my robe and put it in that ear.
And of course, let's go over here for me to show you the authentic coffee. And he opens up
thank
the
you.
double doors, and you all see Spaulding sitting standing over the table, holding a large plate of tartars and eating them all. Oh my god, this is incredible. Oh. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Surely the picture of majesty.
He adjusts himself and continues eating. You get a little look from Roadster. Alrighty, don't mind us. We're just passing by for me to show them to their personal quarters and giving them a short tour. Is this tour really necessary? And do they really? Oh my goodness. Do they really need all of that? Well, I mean, if there's ever any danger, we need them to be alert of where to look for you, right? And he opens up the door to the kitchen. Fair enough. And you all step inside the kitchen. Now, this is a kitchen that is larger than the main room in your apothecary, Gray. It has all manners of different ovens, stovetops. Not stovetops, sorry. They don't have electricity. Ovens, different kilns, a lot of different workstations, butcher stations, drains. It has everything you could imagine inside of it. And there's even a couple of dangling turkeys that are already executed, ready to be plucked and prepared. He walks over towards a cabinet, opens it up, and pulls out a bucket. The bucket itself is lined with these little bits of ruby and sapphire gems that encase and encircle it to make it look much more magnificent than it reasonably is. And when he brings it over and places it down, you see that it is a very large bucket filled with red sand. Gray, you immediately recognize the sand from the Carnage Valley.
That's an impressive piece. Not just from but from the Carnage Valley. Really?
Yeah. That's where they traveled through and brought me this souvenir on their way over here. Wonderful people. Very well met. And then he goes over towards what looks like an alchemical contraption that is just a brewing station for coffee. And then at this point, you all see a very slender wood elf walks into the kitchen from some faraway back room. Oh, hey, dudes. These are the sworn protectors of our Sir Spaulding. Nice. Hey, I'm the cook. If any of you got special recommendations, be sure to ask me, all right? We already have a recommendation. Do you have any of the coffee beans available? Oh, yeah. Yeah. We got a bunch of them in today. What flavor are we looking for? We're looking for a brown roast, dark roast, blonde roast. We're looking for a medium style roast. Maybe a little twist of some berries in there or something.
Dark roast, rough grind. If you have cinnamon.
We do. You want a whole stick of it?
Yes, and you wouldn't happen to have a stir anise, would you?
Me as a GM has no idea. Yeah.
It's in that family of cinnamon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, totally. I can get that for you, no problem. Alrighty. And you're going to be making it the Abakwin way. Nice. Oh, I love doing that. And he goes over to the bucket and Roadster takes a step back and gestures for you all to step back as well, as he takes the bucket, places it inside of the oven itself, ignites the oven, and then starts preparing your beans, crushing them slowly. And you see the very long, drawn-out mechanical process of him grinding these beans by hand before he reaches into the oven with holders to pull out the bucket, places a cup into the sand itself that's filled with the water and the beans as it begins frothing and filling it up quickly. And He reaches in with tongs, takes it out, spins it around inside of the sand itself, letting it to sink deeper and quickly boil and roast the beans very, very well before he pours out 4 small cups. Now for Flea, it's a normal size cup. But for everybody else, these are single shots of espresso. All right, here you go, everybody. Enjoy.
Thank you. And Gray will take it and just hold it, like, and just quiet little prayer of gratitude to Bastille for recommending this direction. And we'll sip it.
Lee's gonna mimic Gray.
Ridge doesn't recognize this drink, thinks it's a shot, and like taps it on the table and takes it as a shot.
Give me a con save.
Oh God. Oh, those are great. Cool. Oh.
Have you ever snorted hot coffee out of your nose?
I'm unfortunately able to say yes.
You're going to suffer 5 points of fire damage as you take the shot and spit it out of your body. That is bitter as hell. It has a unique flavor. It is hot as hell. And now it's just dripping out of your nose as you're like, ah.
Ooh, that's spicy.
You're supposed to slowly sip it.
It's not alcohol.
That's fair. I apologize.
It's a much better drug. Caffeine. And he takes his own small cup and begins sipping it very gently. He put a tiny splash of whipped cream in there. Not whipped cream, what's it called? Heavy cream. Like goat's cream. Delicious.
You can't say whipped cream on Wednesday nights, Zero.
Whip.
Whip.
Whipped cream. Oh my. Anyways. You all sit there. Flea, this is your first interaction with coffee as well.
Yeah, that's why he was mimicking Gray.
All right. And how do you feel about it? It's dark. It's bitter, but it does have a unique flavor to it. And the aroma by itself, I don't care who you are, is fucking incredible.
Yeah. No, I imagine he likes it. It's a little earthy. It's yeah. So he's enjoying it. Something different.
And how about you, Dar?
Try it.
And how does Dar feel about it?
He's okay with it.
Alrighty. So, yes, this is the kitchen. If you have anything you need, please ask our chef to make it for you. Any special recommendations for tonight's feast? Don't worry, there'll be 2 of them to accommodate Spaulding.
That?
You're
A lot of feasting.
You have
You
no
aren't-
idea.
familiar with Abakuan cuisine, are you?
I've only had a couple of samples of it. Unfortunately, we do not have all of the fresh herbs this far west.
And the coffee is just making me a little homesick. But anything else, really?
Bar, what's your favorite dish from where you're from? Is there like a main dish that it's known there?
Just the porridge.
Yes, porridge is very, very good and exotic, and yeah.
Ridge, what about you?
Oh, chef's choice. I'm not that picky.
Oh yeah, but I think we were just curious at like, if there's a dish from your homeland that you really enjoy that it's kind of known for.
I live near the sea, so fish, lots of fish.
Lots of fish. Okay. Now, one moment. Excuse me, chef. Yeah, man, what's up? Would you be capable of possibly whipping together a choli? I mean, I can try. I believe in you. Give it a shot, huh? Yeah. I'll see if I can't scrounge up, the one thing we're really missing is, ginger. I'm sure somebody in town has it. And he flips him a platinum piece. Go ahead and find it for him. Yeah, sure thing.
Are you familiar with the technique for making shawarma?
Oh, yeah. I know how to make it. And also, yeah. Just, I need all the right stuff.
Right. Lamb? Is that...
Ink. Lamb's not too
You could do
common around
lamb,
here.
You could do chicken. You could do a chicken shawarma.
Chicken sounds good.
For some reason, I think Flea has snuck
Hi.
into many a restaurant and just picked from them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's definitely that little like run.
Yep.
Grabs a menu. Oh, that's what I'm eating today. Just
Exactly.
They come back to the free sample, plate, and it's just wiped.
Yeah,
He
chicken
will-
shawarma would be. Do you remember Gray? Do you remember Gertrude?
What did happen to Gertrude? I mean, I saw what happened, but the aftermath.
Oh, it was given to the. I think they had to clean up some of it, and some of it was given to the chef. And Forrest used the rest. Well,
I don't know. I don't know if I want to know what he did with it.
hopefully he'll be back soon, and he can. Yeah. Anyway, chicken shawarma would be good. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll go look for that as well, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have any sea chicken, that might be good too.
Sea chicken, you're a funny guy. And he takes off. Well, anyways, shall we continue the tour?
Sure.
Gray, one of the other cabinets that nobody's interacted with thus far, you hear something fall inside of it.
She will just walk over and open it.
You try the handle, it's locked. But you don't see a key. Oh. Sorry, that's one of the personal entrances for many of our
Oh, sorry, just I heard something that sounded weird. Yeah.
No worries. They're always doing their own thing, right? Anyways, shall we continue?
Sure. And Flea makes a mental note of where and which cabinet that.
Yup. It's expected. He walks back out into the main room where you see one of the butlers is supplying a new plate of consumption out for Grusso. As you all quickly walk past all of that, shut the door before he notices you. And, are any of you smokers? We have shisha. We have cigars.
Both sound nice.
Very well. He goes directly across the hall where there's a nice relaxation room, and you see this large china cabinet that has stairs, like steps, leading up to each of the levels of it. For him, presumably. And inside of this cabinet is all manner of different commonly consumed items that you would find around this world. And there appears to be 4 different tins, Gray, that are shisha labeled. So, if any of you are looking to have a little smoke or relaxation, come on down into here. We have the ashtray over there. We have the hookahs. We only have 2 of them right now, so please be mindful about it. Don't worry, they're cleaned every day, and the tubes are cleaned out with them as well. So, if any of you have any desires for it, there's the heating coil area. Here's the hookahs themselves, ashtrays, clips, and igniters. You can also come down here if you're just looking to relax a little bit. Not many people use this room except during our parties, so it would be a good place.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. He walks out, heads up the stairs, and gestures to the left hallway. Down this way is where many of our not as nice guest rooms are. They're also as far away from Russo as you can be.
Understood.
Very well. This will be your corridor. And he walks down one of the hallways. You all can divvy up into a room each if you wish. They're all perfectly available. All of them are already designed for you. They each have their own small bathing sections, but, you know, if you need a communal bath for anything more deep, we do have one further down the hall as well.
You said they each have like their own individual bathing sessions?
Yes.
Okay.
Mostly, here's a bath. It has water filled in with it that's heated up. You can bathe in it, and then they'll drain it out later.
Okay.
It's nothing terribly sophisticated, but yeah. These are the not as nice accommodations.
But still decently nice.
Yeah. And they're all fairly sizable as well. I mean, about the size of Cade's room that he was staying in, for those of you that played previously. Like a noble's inn size room for each of you.
Nice.
And no BDSM gear as far as you can see yet in any room, so.
It's not complete yet then.
So, here's your rooms. There is a common area at the end of the hall that has a nice little window section that looks across our pool area as well. If any of you want to relax and socialize, you can do that there. And, well, I'll see you in a few hours when dinner is ready. Take care of yourselves, then. Hope you all
You
cozy
too.
in very well. Yes, thank you. And he starts walking away.
Gray will prepare the hookah stuff, both of them. Not a bad way to spend a few hours. Or either of you. Never mind. I'm gonna answer that question myself. I'm going to guess that neither of you have looking at Darn Ridge.
Who could?
I'll be honest, after the coffee incident, I think I'm good on new experiences.
I'm unclear about what exactly a hookah is.
Is that as a player or a character?
I mean, Jason gets the general idea, but neither of us have partaked.
Well, all right. Well, I'm going to be here. And the two of you, let's have a chat. I know you are going with us to Spalding. But what are your goals?
Are you going to cast a spell on me again?
Probably later, but not at this point if you're willing to talk. Otherwise, I have no reason to... You have to understand, Flea and I and Cade have been together for a while. And what we're doing is very personal. And there are certain things about all of us that we, will come up in traveling that we don't necessarily want to share with just anyone. And also, just in a more practical sense, if you're going to be dead weight, I'd rather leave you than bury you.
Have I not assisted? We haven't been in combat yet, but I've assisted with chores at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
And her, Ms. Gray, when she casts spells, she's cast a lot of spells on me, and some of them have saved my life. So it's good when she casts spells.
Thank you, Flea. But what I'm trying to say is either you two start talking, or we're splitting company when we get to Spalding.
You need to know about my combat readiness or my life story?
I think we kind of want to know more. I can't speak for Miss Gray, but I can't say that I've trusted many people prior, and I just like to know who my friends are and who my bullies are, and so if I knew a little bit more about you, it would be good.
And Flea's a little bit nicer about it than I am. You see, keeping people alive, while I'm good at it, it does... How do I put this? There are things I'd rather do than constantly heal someone, especially if I don't know who they are. And I don't want to be healing someone that turns out to try and stab me in the back or anything like that. You have to understand, my line of work is very black and white. And either I trust you and I help keep you alive, or I don't trust you and I'd rather not take on the work that is required with me not liking someone. So,
and believe me, it's nice to have someone that's as direct as Miss Gray. She'll just kind of tell you like it is, and I don't know, just kill you in your sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if I bury you, there'll be nothing to find. So
I suppose that's fair enough. You don't have a lot to go off of with me as far as trust, but I can promise you that there should be nothing to distrust. I have my own personal secrets I'd like to keep for the safety of myself and others, but otherwise, I don't plan on stabbing you nor anybody in the back unless there are innocents that are in danger. I don't think of myself as a saint, but I'm certainly no villain.
I have no interest in stabbing you in the back.
sure. But where are you from? I mean, how did you get in? I mean, you were obviously equipped. You as well, Dar. I mean, for example, I'm a Bakwan. I left my community, traveled west, set up shop in Alona. Met Flea and his brother Forrest when they rented a room from me. Cade I met through business, and we decided to pick up adventuring as a way to make a little bit of extra money. Currently, we're going to Spalding to look for some magic that's been hidden for a little bit to help a friend of ours. And I'm a healer, and I also put people in the ground. I'm fairly competent when it comes to the arcane. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and like my brother Forrest and I, we're not from here. We came here. And my brother Forrest will be back. He's off trying to find part of the reason why we came to this continent. I'll just say this once, and then I don't want to talk about it again. But when we were younger, there was an accident, and he is it hurt me really bad, and so he's off trying to find a solution, and that's why we came to this continent. But this is the longest I've been without him. Even when he went off to wizardry school, I would camp outside. I didn't really have family to go to since the accident. But yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from I've spent my life in a temple, the details of which I'm bound not to tell you about. I left to find a lost comrade. I have no idea where he is, so for the time being, I'm just assisting you, learning the how life works beyond the walls of my temple.
You're the person you're looking for. Were they a lover of Galen's?
They never no.
Just curious.
All right, and then as far as if a fight were to happen, what can you do?
Obviously, I'm good with a bow as well as the blade. I also know some magic. I pull out my bow, and as I see two birds flying by, draw my string, release, and the birds fall to the ground. And I'm good with them. Dinner, anyone?
It's good to have someone that can provide dinner.
Very good.
Rich.
Well, I imagine it would be nice to be able to share and maybe even get some things off my chest, but as I said before, there's certain things about me that, for my own safety and for others, I cannot share. You are asking for me to trust you with information that you could take to the people for a decent amount of coin and run away as happy people while others get hurt. I don't know you that well yet. Maybe one of these days. For the time being, I don't mean any harm. I'm very much just looking for some adventure, looking to see the world a little bit, and I know my way around a blade or two. DM, I'm assuming it's like sort of candlelit near us.
Yeah.
I know a fair amount of spells, and I'll cast thaumaturgy to make the lights flicker and turn into shades of blue. But besides that, you won't have to worry about me slowing you down.
Well, and you don't have to tell us all your secrets. Like, there's a lot more that I didn't tell you. We just want to know who we're traveling with and get an idea.
Fair enough.
And if we were allowed to roll insight on others, we would, but we're not.
Nope.
Yeah, I know.
It's a fun part. Let's figure it out.
Yep, you get to decide, or do you trust them or do you not trust them?
Yeah. That's up to you to decide. So people don't get punished for not being charisma casters.
Damn it. Right. Well,
But anyway.
seems fair enough. Just know that for the time being, you're welcome to keep an eye on me as much as I'm keeping an eye on you. But she literally only has one eye.
What about the other eye? The magic eye?
It has a patch.
Yeah, it's like as a patch, but no, like one real eye. But I don't say any of this to be mean. I don't, but I just don't trust the two of you yet. I appreciate the little bit that we've gotten, but if it takes time, it takes time. If not, we can part ways.
Fair enough.
I'm not exactly the most personable person out there.
I've taken notice.
I think she's a sweetheart. She took us in.
Took you in. Didn't you take her in?
Well, before we made the pyramid, there was the shack that she lived in. I miss that place. My brother almost burned it down.
A few times.
So, now that you all have begun the bonding process between players and characters, I think we can go ahead and go on break, everybody. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this content. If you're interested in supporting us along our journey, then please consider doing that. Join our Patreon or become a member here on YouTube. Either or gets a little bit of benefit, but the Patreon is way better bang for buck because you get to join our Discord server and hang out with all of us and participate in any one-shots, or if you get in at the right tier, potentially join in any of our games that have open slots in them. This game does not have an open slot in it, but many of them do, so be sure to reach out to me and let me know. Where last we left off, the party had sailed across the open Brockwater to Avaloa, where luckily, thank you, I feel welcomed back. Luckily, you all came across the first NPC who seems to really understand Spolk, and does not seem to like him very much at all. This NPC goes by the name of Ulrich Roadster. Sir Ulrich Roadster. But people just call him Roadster. As you were talking with him, a couple of the party members discerned that he was speaking in a lucrative language that very few people, unless specifically trained, understand. Saying that, hey, if you guys are looking for work, I got money. But anyways, you travel with him over to his incredibly nice estate where he seems to be very well studied in multiple different cultures of this world. Not just whatever culture his family stems from, like the vast majority of individuals, but as well as the native culture of Comorder and the Bolera people. More importantly, to one of the party members, he seems to be aware of at least portions of the Abaquan culture as well. After drinking some espresso for the first time for many of you, and Gray for the first time in forever, you all were shown to your rooms, went back downstairs, hooked up some hookah, and Gray gave Dar and Ridge an ultimatum. Either tell us a little bit about yourselves or get fucking lost. So, they both did the very bare minimum in describing who they are, where they come from, and what their goals are. And after that, you continue enjoying the hookah, which is not made with tobacco, but made out of mostly dried fruits and a few other herbs that have been spliced with some liquids in order to keep it a little sappy inside of there. Now, we'll pick up right where we left off after you all just had that conversation, so you guys can continue talking about anything you might want to talk about that maybe you didn't get the chance to talk about yet.
So, yeah, as long as you two are fine with that knowledge, we shouldn't have a problem. Right?
Doesn't sound like it.
I hope not.
Good.
What do you make of this, Sir Ulrich?
Well, considering he has some knowledge of Comorder itself, I have a natural inclination not to trust anyone with a lot of money, but he seems decent. At least not
He
actively trying to screw with us.
I wouldn't reckon that he attained it all fairly.
That's why I don't like rich people.
Not sure exactly fair to who. I didn't really mention that, but he knows some ins and outs of a more criminal society.
Well, I don't know if it's fair to just judge people based on where they live and what they have there, Ridge. We don't know he's a criminal, but he's been helping us, and I like to help people that help me.
Not quite what he has, more so that, how to explain, he had a way of talking that gave away some clues but also some. By the way, just checking DM. This is not like open space where like just anybody, even like a servant, could hear us, right?
You guys are far enough away from that open door that is there inside of this lounge. That if you're talking in a more hushed tone, nobody should hear you, as far as you're aware.
Okay. All right.
But yes, it is a community space that anybody could walk through.
Okay. Yeah. Might have some future jobs for us. I don't know if any of y'all caught his gist.
No, but keep talking, and I will cast silence on the front door area, so in case anyone walks by, they won't hear anything.
Alright.
Nice. What was that?
Anyone walking through that area won't hear a thing.
Oh, well, fair enough. I know DM in like, in our terms as players is called Thieves' Cant. Would it also be called Thieves' Cant in this world, or would it have a different sort of term for it?
Thieves' Cant doesn't have its own like name of a language. That's kind of the point of Thieves' Cant. It's just a like-minded individual. He uses lucrative meaning behind his words, stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. He put a lot of emphasis on a few words in subtle ways. That kind of language is usually reserved for more criminal types or people who need to work outside the law.
Well, sometimes you have to do what you need to do to survive, so.
Fair enough.
And he likes to acquire things. I like to acquire things. I often find books for my brother.
Very fair. Oh, speaking of which, thank you for letting me borrow this one.
You're welcome. I hope you're enjoying it.
Very much. He'll give you a little smirk.
And of course, I'm like, I've seen a couple of the books that Flea has taken. Would I know that this was the particular one? Are you like holding it or anything?
It is discreet in its titling, not being on the cover or the spine. It's on the very front page in a very nice hand-drawn illustration of the Durgar and Drow in their whimsical embrace. So you would definitely notice that it's discreet.
But, yeah, he, obviously, he's made it clear he ain't a big fan of Spalding, but if y'all were looking for work after whatever it is you're doing, or even looking for work along the way, he might be a more reliable source from what he's pitching.
There's a little bit of a time constraint on what we're doing now, but once that's done...
Fair enough.
Let's just say, there are certain laws that transcend everything else, and there are certain laws that don't.
I agree, like the law of hunger is very important. If your belly's empty, sometimes you gotta eat.
I didn't hear any of that, Flea.
Oh, sorry. I agree. The law of hunger is very important. If your belly's hungry, sometimes you have to eat.
That's a law.
Mm-hmm. Forrest told me about it. He read it in a book.
We actually had a similar law. Where I'm from, if you were accused of stealing any kind of food, if you weren't caught with the food and you were looking malnourished, it wasn't exactly official, but you were very rarely even scolded.
My people trade, but we have a very loose concept of personal property. Something
Ridge
I only
quickly
really...
checks his coin purse.
It seems to be mostly there.
Okay, cool.
I'll watch where he puts his coin purse back.
No, it's not any. It's something I've learned when I left, and I don't steal from people who can contribute to whatever I'm doing. We have a similar goal, so you're safe.
All right. Well, how long did you say until dinner was going to be ready?
Few hours.
I might go ahead and wash up a little bit beforehand, but are we, me and Dar here in the clear in your eyes for a while?
You're accepted, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. I wouldn't call you friends yet. But...
I've still got... Yeah, sorry, Gray. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I've still got my Ridge Dar up, but so far you're doing good.
I hate the layers of that onion so fucking much. Oh, the more I thought about it, the worse it got.
That's gonna have to be a short.
Oh,
You know
eventually.
that, right?
Eventually, yeah. Yeah. Anywho. So, around this time, your silent spell is over. You have one of the butlers come out and look at you all. Dinner is being prepared. Please join us at the table.
Oh, is there enough time for Ridge to go in and wash up a little bit and get changed?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Why not? Why not?
Cool. While Ridge is doing that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna... Yeah, what the hell? Wait. No, I'm gonna go do it now. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace, or Pass Without
Okay.
Trace, and go check out the cupboard that was locked that Gray couldn't get to. See if anyone's in that room. If no one's in the room where the cupboard is, the cabinet, whatever it was, the door.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to listen, and if I don't hear anything, I'm going to attempt to open up the door and just see what's back there.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll me a stealth check. You do have Pass Without Trace up, so you do get a plus 10.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Oops, 18.
18. Total? Oh, wow.
Yep.
That was a bad roll for you. Okay.
Yep.
Ooh.
You walk by, or you walk through the dining hall where Spaulding is still stuffing his face. Now he seems to have some homemade sushi that he is consuming at a pace. Anyways, as you are walking past Flea, you kind of like tumble roll underneath the table to keep going by. and you see a pair of little legs sitting in a heightened chair across from where Spaulding is, and you realize Roadster is in here. So, Spaulding, everything seems to be going very well as of late. How much assistance are you going to be needing for your excavation site again? Well, you see, I really think we need 2 miles of open territory. Can you provide that for us? I believe we could. Ding, 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 ding. A fork falls to the ground. Oh, excuse me. He looks down at you directly underneath the table as he reaches for the fork.
I will give him a wink.
Roll me a persuasion.
All right, and then this time I will use my game advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. 18 doesn't beat his passive.
15?
He seems to be... He has a look as if he's going to take note of what you're doing, but not say anything. So yes, a couple of miles. I believe we can work out something like that very easily. Of course, you're going to have to be paying us a reasonable down payment for all of this as well. Yes, I was thinking 120 gold. You mispronounced 250 gold. I thought a good 175. You're still saying it wrong. 250. How about we meet in the middle? 200. Sound good? I suppose. 200 should be fine. And of course, you'll be paying that forward immediately. Yes. At this point, you've made it to the other end of the table, where now you quickly skirt over into the kitchen store.
Someone's crunching.
Someone's crunching?
Yeah.
Currently?
Yeah. Oh,
I heard it. I heard it
It's-
like
I was
It's on- it's on
crunching
roll
about
20. You have the volume for roll 20 on.
Ew. Turn that shit off.
yeah, I heard it like about a minute and a half ago.
Yeah. Go into your settings, Jason, and turn that shit off. Yeah. Oof. I don't know, because I have all of my audio turned off on it as well, so I can't hear anybody. Anywho.
Same here.
Yeah, it was someone very enthusiastically eating chips, and I was like,
I mean, I was not currently role-playing Spaulding.
that's what I thought, because it just happened to
I was-
line up with you speaking, and then it didn't, and I was like,
Yeah, and I
I'm
thought,
just that
okay,
good.
so is Jero like hitting a crunching sound that's supposed to be Spaulding eating? Like,
yeah, I was like, wait a second.
The
I was very
immersion is
confused.
uncanny here.
I know.
I'm actually a little disappointed there, Joey. I really thought that when you were playing Spaulding, that was going to be your way of eating your own snacks. Like, he's in there just chewing down on Oreos. I mean, truffles. Yeah. Oh.
I don't snack. It's just I don't. I eat meals. Sorry.
Sensory stuff, like, just can't.
Oh
no.
yeah, no. I don't
Yeah,
like
no,
to do
none
that.
of us can.
So this is saying, I mean, I can see how I can change the input source, but
Output is right beneath it. If you scroll all the way down in your settings, there is I want to broadcast to others. Set that to nothing disabled.
oh,
And I want
okay.
to receive from others, nothing disabled, and then hit reconnect. It should solve the issue for you. Yeah.
Sorry, Jessica.
It's okay. I
God,
thought for a
Jason.
while I thought it was 175 gold, and I was like,
yeah.
okay, I get that, and then it was not.
I was
Then
like,
Stop.
I'm
Stop.
muted.
Stop.
How are you hearing anything?
Yeah, no worries, no worries. But anyways, you tumble roll into the kitchen, where you see the chef is currently cooking the turkeys. And they are stuffed with stuffing. And it's being basted with a yellowish-looking broth. And you look over to the oven, which currently has these flat, almost thickened tortilla bread things that are being roasted inside of there. Apparently, they're going to be making turkey shawarma as the only substitute they have. But it's something, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah. The chef is inside of the kitchen, unfortunately. Would you like to still roll over there?
Then I'm gonna see if I can find my. Because that cabinet where we heard the noise was in the kitchen, right?
Yes. Just in the middle of the kitchen, other far wall.
All right. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and try to find my way back to the rooms, going a different route.
Oh, so you're going to go through the servants'
never
quarters.
heard from again. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you have a backup character, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Oh my God.
Y'all are eating flea tonight.
I have 1 minute to find you.
But anyways.
I will, if possible, take some time to kind of pocket some of the herbs and stuff. But about a handful or so, if I have access to walking outside at all, I will bury a little bit as an offering.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely just walk outside. This is a manicured lawn. If you're planning on digging and burying here.
Oh yeah, she is.
Okay.
Yeah, we're digging a hole.
One of the guards is judging you.
I'm judging right back. And like and as she does the last part of the ritual, the eye goes completely white, and so she's like, yeah, I'm sure that like that's a pleasant.
Yeah, the guard's a little freaked out. So 23 on your survival, Flea. You had advantage.
No, I forgot to take off advantage. I forgot to detoggle that off, so it was just 11.
An hour into you moving through these, not an hour. Yeah, probably around an hour. An hour into you moving through the servants' quarters, you've kind of like got stuck underneath a table as two of the servants are walking out. And then they just... Sorry, my mind got distracted for a moment. They sit down and they begin to have a conversation while you're stuck in here. So... Actually, that's a good name. You heard what happened to Raffi, right? Yeah, damn shame. I don't know, man. It's getting real aggravating. Hey, don't say shit like that. We have good jobs. Cozy jobs. Good pay. And, you know, another 4 or 5 years of this, and then we can just buy our own place away. I don't know, dude. It's... Execution? Really? Is that necessary? It's not our place to judge. It's their place. It's just annoying. I don't know. Guess we just have to keep our heads down, huh? Yeah. But hey, at least we have a an evening shift tomorrow, so we don't have to be present, right? Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe we luck out and the guests stay here longer than just the evening, right? That'd be great. Give them another few days, right? Yeah, it'd be nice. Well, my shift's about to start, and Fatso is here. You mean Grusso? I know what I said. And he walks off.
All right.
After they leave, if both of them leave, I'm going to try to
Yeah.
get out and head back, but I take mental note of what they said.
Are you heading back the way you came, or are you going to survival check and try to keep finding your way out?
I believe I need to double check something. Level. I don't remember how long. Oh yeah, it lasts for cool. I'm going to go ahead and head back the way I came.
Easy enough.
No, I'm going to try one more time.
Okay.
I'm trying one
Survival
more time.
check.
Here we go. 19. Oh, let me turn off.
19. Yeah. 19s are good. So, you continue following through until you find an upstairs, or a tiny door that has stairs that are far smaller than a medium-sized person would feel comfortable with. I mean, you're good. You're fine. You can travel up them. But if it was anybody else other than you, they'd be kind of like crunched in here. Let alone if somebody was as big as, Dar. Because Dar's pretty big. I mean, he's not like overly big. He's not like Galen big, but he's pretty big. So, You climb up. You open up a door where you see that it appears to be a false wall in your corridors where your rooms are. And now you know exactly where you are.
Cool.
Around the time you walk back downstairs, Ridge is walking out of his room, noticing you.
Hi, Ridge.
Ridge just bathed.
Ridge is bathed and currently wearing some very fine clothes. No longer wearing his armor. With the dagger sheath
So
on his
you're
side.
almost ready for dinner 1 and 2?
Curious to see if I'll get more or less rude comments from Grousseau.
Oh, he's always kind of... Well, we'll see.
Where have you what have you been up to?
Oh, I just went on walkabout. I needed to stretch my legs.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Kind of like it here, though. We might want to start thinking about maybe staying a little bit longer if we can.
I see no problem with that, but I think it was Gray who said that y'all's mission was of the essence of time.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I know that we're trying, that we've got a goal to accomplish, and we're trying to do it, but it's not like years haven't gone by when, I think we have time. It might be nice to. Well, we'll talk to everyone else, but it's really nice here. Shall we head out and we can talk after dinner?
Fair enough.
All right. The two of you head downstairs at the same time, looking fresh as can be as Gray's walking inside with fresh dirt and very manicured grass staining her clothing.
Yeah, like it's like that like golf green quality grass
Oh,
just
yeah.
all over.
Yeah.
And like there's dirt like.
And yeah, Dar, you are effectively not... Actually, no, yeah, Dar's been clean this entire time, so never mind. So anyways.
I'm trying to get used to him being that way. Wrong character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to quip all the time, and then I'm like, no, it's Dar.
It's Dar, not Kai.
A butler comes out, and Flea, you recognize his voice. Hello, everybody. Dinner is about to be served. Please follow us.
Fantastic, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Oh, I'm just the butler.
Just the. Nice to meet you, Just the butler.
It's actually. He nods and keeps walking, not going to correct you at all.
Trying so hard not to encourage that.
But
I'm holding in my laughter because whenever I laugh, my chair shakes and squeaks.
anyways, you all enter into the dining hall where you see that there is Spaulding, Roadster, and all of you here to join for the dinner. Roadster is sitting at the head of the table, not the same position he was in previously, Flea, but previously he was just sitting across from Spaulding. Spaulding appears to be about midway down the table, and the butler gestures to each of the chairs that has your names written on tiny folded parchment for each of you to sit in. And each of the chairs seem to be very well accommodating. Gray, yours has a wider back, so it's easier for you to tuck your robes up without having to like sit on them or accidentally start pulling at them at awkward angles. Flea, yours is a chair made for a halfling with a couple of stairs to boost you up to sit at the table at an appropriate height. Dar's and Rich's chairs, since both of you are just basic dudes, they're chairs, they fit you. And just to clarify, nobody has their weapons on them right now, right?
I have my focus, but not my weapons.
Yeah.
I have a dagger sheath, but that's it.
That's fair, yeah. That's no problem. Dar?
I guess not. I mean, I try to keep a dagger with me if possible, but
a single dagger is easy enough. So long as it's not like, here's my longbow. Because, you know, you're inside of a nice place eating food with nice people. I see that all of you seem to be enjoying yourselves here. He smiles as he goes across Ridge, who looks much nicer now. Gray, who looks like she played outside. And his eyes only linger on you briefly enough, Flea, that you take note that he does that and keeps moving on. Nobody else really notices. He just seems to, hello again. So, unfortunately, we couldn't find any chicken available, but we went with the next best option, which was turkey shawarma. It is going to be served out to all of you. I presume each of you know how to eat it. Lifts his eyebrow, looking at the three not native people.
With our mouths?
Precisely. Shawarma actually has a very delicate feel to it, and when you are consuming it, it is important to grasp firmly around the base and hold higher up the shaft as you are angling towards the head of the creature and eating downwards like that at an angle.
Not a good enough
That's
reason
what-
to use the word shaft.
That's what Galen
would-
said once.
Yeah, Kai would be commenting right now, but anyway.
Galen's somewhere. Galen is just going, yep, that's how you do it.
You do this in there, Spaulding?
Oh, I eat shawarma at least once or twice a week. Alona has their own vendors out there. I send my assistant out to go get it. Gray, you know the shawarma in Alona. It's not real shawarma. It's good. It's good enough, but like it's not real.
It's like
They're missing a
it's
lot
like-
of the veggies.
It's like the Americanized Chinese food, where you're like, it's
Oh,
good,
So
but it's not.
it's not as good. Yeah. Great. Now I want General Tso's chicken. Anywho,
Yeah, I'm getting it.
maybe I'll eat that tomorrow. Yeah, fuck it, treat myself. Yeah. Well, we have that, and we have a fully based and prepared turkey as well, made with the full fixings that'll be served out to us. Preference of wine, we have all manner of different varieties of flavors, of different origins, different ages, take your pick, everybody.
I'm very relaxed from the hookah. I think I will be passing on any alcohol, but thank you.
What is alcohol?
Oh, it's like a beverage that helps you. Here, let me pour you a glass, and I'll pour him a glass, and I'll get myself a glass of water if there's a water pitcher there.
Oh yeah, no, there's absolutely water as an option as well. Well, what you just picked up right there is the Gissis Caveau, a very nice, smooth bread that will complement the shawarma fairly well. Keep in mind, though, it is a little bit more filling than many of the things you might be enjoying. And do any of you happen to be wine connoisseurs? Flea, I would say that you are knowledgeable about wines.
Probably.
Yeah.
Ridge
Gissis
would know his way
Caveau is
around.
foreign. It is not native to Comorder. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I as a person know absolutely nothing, but Ridge would know his way a little bit around them.
I like wine. Wine good. Wine good
don't
sleepy juice.
Yeah, Star,
Wine
this
headaches
is
are cool.
this is a really good wine. Now, don't try to be a show off or ego or macho. You want to sip it. You don't have to be like a real man and guzzle it. You just want to ease your way into it.
Grin over at Flea. Just
Dark knows his eyes, looking back at across everyone, and sniffs it and takes a sip.
Good job.
It's up to you if you have a taste for wine or not.
Oh no! Now he has to fight not to have a bad winds.
I, myself, will be sharing this bottle, of course. Spaulding, will you be joining me? Is that the Pilbermure Peloton? Yes, it is. Oh, lovely. Flea, that bottle of wine costs 100 gold if it's only a year old. But your passive tells you that this bottle is 15 years old.
Ooh. Is this available for everyone?
Of course, if you would like a glass, it's not a problem at all. And it's a pink, slightly sparkling, very slight. Little heavier towards the red side, of course. Incredibly smooth, but it has a very well aerated process added to it that the bubbles kind of feel more bubbly in your stomach than they feel like bursty. You know how some drinks like beer, the bubbles and foams feel like it's just like filling you up to the point where you're going to burst. This is light bubble.
Before Ridge takes any kind of drink, he'll kind of raise a glass over. I keep on calling him Ulrich. I keep on Roadster. He'll raise the glass over at Roadster, and he'll say, "To your health, my health, and the health of a healthy future work environment," which is Thieves' Cant for "This is safe for us, right?"
He
If
smiles.
we're planning on working with you.
He smiles. To everybody's health and fortune. Yes.
Okay.
And then he takes a sip as well from the same bottle. So
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, in Thieves' Cant. Hey, don't drink it. I'm trying to poison your friends. Just
Oh wait, no. Is that,
one
wait, is
day
that
I'll have a
actually-
bad guy do that. So anyways. So I see you did a little bit of digging around, Gray.
yes, I had a small bit of gratitude for having wound up here that I needed to express.
He's very good at digging. I've seen her do it.
Well, that is why we hired all of you, right? Honestly, why are they sitting with us right now? It's good to know the people that you are putting your faith in. He smiles at the rest of you. Oh, if you say so. So with the details that you gave, let me roll for him. Roadster will kind of tilt his head at you, Gray, and take note of your holy symbol and... For death is a natural part of life. All those that perish and expire should be returned to that which they came in order to provide more raw materials for those that live in order to die and repeat the cycle again, correct? That is the first amendment of your god.
You'd be right.
Like I stated, fancy many different religions just for knowledge purposes. Very curious. How about you, Flea? Have you enjoyed your time here in the estate so far?
Yes, this is a wonderful place. I'm really enjoying it here, and I was going to. I didn't know how to ask or when to ask, but I was wondering if my companions and if we could, stay here for a couple days, 3, 4, maybe 5.
By all means, you're all more than welcome to stay here, and as long as we have the space to provide for you. Absolutely not. Excuse me, young man, you signed up and you signed a contract. And you all are going to be working with us. And we're leaving bright and early tomorrow. Roadster kind of shrugs. Well, it's in your contract.
Yes, I suppose it is.
Spaulding looks very proud of himself for winning an argument. To be fair, he looks proud of himself for sitting up out of his chair. So.
Fuck, I keep forgetting I have guidance. What the fuck?
You do have guidance, yeah.
I just need to put a big sticky on the front of my freaking computer.
Yeah, guidance is good. Guidance is good. I don't know what you need it for right now, but guidance is good.
I was just looking at what I had prepared, and then I was like...
I thought you guys were whispering to one another, being like, I'm fucked, I'm about to do this. And you're like, I can't help. Like,
no, I was like, can I just... I was like, I'm regretting the not preparing blindness, deafness, and then I was like, what else do I have? And I was like,
fair.
The way you said guidance is good twice, all I could think of was the dinner prayer that a lot of people grew up with, which guidance is great, guidance is good, and we thank it for this non-poison food.
That's a good one. Around this time, the kitchen door slams open as you see the wood elf pushing a cart inwards, and immediately Spaulding takes his napkin, unfurls it, and it becomes a large bib that covers 90% of his visible body.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is. Alrighty, everybody. So, as I stated before, we have a tremendous turkey filled with a bunch of niceties, stuffing, help yourself to as much. I know where it's coming out of, but trust me, I licked it clean. That's just an expression. It's clean. Anyways, in addition to that, here are all of your shawarmas. All right. And he places down one shawarma on each of your plates. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's kind of like a almost bread-like dish shape that has different vegetable sauce and, well, turkey right now in it that's somewhat rolled and folded over in order to be eaten. It is abso-fucking-lutely delicious.
Not particularly impressed with the wine. Dara is very carefully pokes at his shawarma. and licks the fork.
It. He grabs a fork for it. Spolding grasps it by the base shaft and then starts eating. Yeah, I had to.
Grasp it firmly.
At the base.
At the base.
Yes. Please, everybody, enjoy. Feast as much as you would like. Would anybody be interested in a little more turkey as well? Stuffing? Corn? Oh, it's fresh. We just got it from the crops outside today.
Or may I just give thanks for this glorious turkey?
You're welcome. And he goes and serves you. Yes, thank you very much. All right, if any of you need anything, let me know. You did get yourself a shawarma for yourself, right? Oh man, you bet. I'm excited. Enjoy it. Yeah. And he goes back into the kitchen.
Did that sound strange? I know that I'm this is both as a player and also as a character being a slight bit paranoid all of a sudden.
Roll me an insight check. Why would you be so paranoid? The music is very relaxing right now.
So relaxing.
Yes, please. Doesn't this music just preach, let your guards down?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, he seemed to be honestly inquiring as to if the chef is eating as well.
Okay.
Yes.
He just speaks in that almost cryptic, very well-chosen manner that you recognize from professional people who speak for a living. That seems to be his job. What are you saying, Flea?
Well, thank you for having us here as guests. I wish we could stay, but this is such a wonderful meal, and it's, we should all be thankful because we never know. Most of us don't know when our last meal is going to be.
You're right. We actually have a philosophy here in town. If something bad is going to transpire, if somebody's a hard-up criminal that does a terrible act, we still subscribe to the ideology of execution, but we do offer them one final meal of their choice. So I'm curious if all of you have ever thought about what your final meal would be. I know mine. He smiles.
Yeah, I think I know mine too. So, just out of curiosity, when was the last time that you... No, let's make it even more fun. When's the next time you're going to execute someone?
Beats me. That's not my business.
Oh, you don't know when they don't announce it in, like, a paper or anything?
Not typically.
Can I do an insight check, please?
You absolutely can.
I'll do one as well and guide myself.
All right. Flea, he is incredibly difficult to read. Incredibly. Gray, however, allow me to whisper this to you. Believe it or not, but a 31 is pretty good. Yes.
I don't know. I'd say that's average.
Yeah, she definitely would be paying attention. If Flea is like ready to throw down, she's like, I gotta like see what's going on. Got it.
That's what you deciphered, Gray.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully no time soon, right?
Yes, hopefully. Unless they really deserved it, but
Well, of course. If somebody does something horrific, they deserve it. But let's hope that nobody does anything horrific, you know?
mhm.
I mean, I don't know how they handle things over across the way in Alona. Oh, it is the most tedious thing they do. You see, they force them to be prisoners forever. Huh. That's curious, right? And just a few weeks ago, the prisoners broke free from their captivity. And now we have to be worried about all of these murderers, monsters, and thieves running around our world. Wow, that must be so terrifying for you. Gray, your insight would discern that he deliberately said, for you.
Mm-hmm.
As if that's not a worry to him.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I need to find a restroom. I will be back.
Oh, sure, of course. And
Is
he
there
stands
a-
from the table as you are standing, as a well-trained gentleman does.
She will nod, and when she gets in there, she's gonna send a message to Roadster.
Anyways, before you do that, what were you saying, Rich?
Oh no, never mind. I'm actually good.
Okay. So, sending or message?
Sending.
Okay. To Roadster.
Yes. I have to figure out what I have to count it.
No worries. Just type it out as a whisper and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
So, back to the table with Flea, Dar, and Ridge. But yeah. Whenever you all find yourselves passing through here, I mean, of course, if you have work or something, feel free to stop by. Or if you're looking for work, but, you know, if you just need a place to stay as well, should be fine. We're always very accommodating to all of our guests here. Unfortunately, we don't really have an inn in town, or even a hostel.
I see. If we happen to have, do you have like stables, or what if I want to bring a pet? I've always wanted a pet.
We have stables here on the premises.
Okay. Oh crap! I forgot Gray's not here. Shit. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have any pets, any animals, mounts, bring them with you. We have a fantastic stable hand that cares for all of them. No problems at all.
Oh, great.
Let me ask you, this work, it tend to be more local or cross country?
Oh. Work? What are you talking about? I was just telling them about different businesses that I had my hand in. Oh. Yes, whatever. Keep going. And he looks over at you, Ridge, like, hey, try not to talk about that out loud.
Fair.
Yep. I'm trying to poach your employees from you. It's not a really good conversation for diplomats.
He was talking. Well, he's mentioned if you ever come pass on through. So Ridge is asking for the future.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. So, interests from Avaloa go far and wide. Some individuals inquire about things much more local to us, but most of that we can handle in-house, no problem. Now, if we're talking about better work from individuals, they could pay for your trip anywhere across Comorder, even further sometimes, in order to make sure you can accommodate them with whatever they need. You know, maybe you have to go to a gallery and keep very careful eyes on the hands that may touch it. You know, typically, any more than 3 fingers is something we're not really interested in, which translates to, if you need to steal a valuable art piece, 300 gold is usually what they pay for that. Now, there's also some different areas that seem to have more intriguing matters, dangerous individuals that have to be handled. And if you're interested in that, we make sure you give them a good smack on the wrist. That translates to, if we need you to hunt someone down and capture them alive, 500. Think of wrist, it's your whole hand, 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We have all manners of different jobs.
Definitely seems like a fair business. But of course, current duties apply, and I'm very excited to get on the road with you, boss. Looking over at Spaulding.
Yes, of course. We'll be leaving first thing in the morning. Hopefully around noon. We'll have your stable and everything prepared for you by 10. Well, fine, if you're trying to get rid of us quicker. Of course not. He looks off into the distance for a moment.
Can I incite his, of course not? I'm trying to get rid of us sooner.
Do you need to?
Not really.
You can roll if you would like.
Now the dice haven't been too well to me today, so it's okay. We're good. I'd hate to roll a natural 20 on that and then need it on my next roll.
The dice giveth.
They taketh.
Is Gray back yet?
Yeah, she would have just been a moment, and then she'd be making her way back now, and she's actually cleaned up a little bit, using that as her chance to do that.
Well, I'm kind of tired. It's been a long journey. I don't sleep too well on ships.
Well, if you want to go back to your room, I shouldn't be too much longer.
I'll wait here for just a little bit.
Spaulding is grotesquely working on his second turkey leg right now, while Roadster seems to be enjoying a small section of the white meat, in particular, of the turkey. Eating it very slowly, very gracefully. But anyways...
Is he actually eating it? Are we actually watching him, the food go in his mouth and swallow?
A perception check, please.
$17.
He seems to be slowly peeling the food off of his fork, chewing, and then swallowing.
You were teasing so much with that.
Get used to it. It's wait until somebody wastes a natural 20 on a perception check where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or you
Everything
don't
matters. I
ask
investigate the chair.
But yes, yeah. Oh, inquire. It's fine. I just like to have my fun sometimes too. But anywho's, I think I will be expiring a little early tonight, if you all don't mind. Long day, and I think I'll go take a bubble bath. He stands up and wanders past everybody. You all have a fantastic evening. If you're all interested, we have wonderful daisies out back you can look at as well.
Ridge will
Thank you.
Ridge will kind of stand up a little bit and give him a little nod and just say, if you ever need to, you want to talk about your adventures, I'd love to hear. My room's always open, since it's your room.
Appreciate it. So, those of you with Thieves' Cant, there's daisies out back is meant to be a warning. Like, a social warning.
A social
Not-
warning?
Mostly around etiquette. Like, watch the way you treat or speak to me.
Ah.
Yes. Comes from the expression, pushing up daisies.
Got it.
Yep. I have an entire random listing in my mind of random phrases I can manipulate for Thieves' Cant. It's fun.
Sweet.
I should write it down one day. Anywho. Upstairs you all go? Or are you going to keep eating here, listening to Spaulding, who I am not going to physically roleplay as, just verbally?
Gray would just finish up.
Yeah?
Sorry.
Are you saying, Gray?
I just said I was gonna just finish up and then head back to talk with Flea.
Alrighty. So, you wander upstairs for a nice little chit chat with Flea.
Let's go over by the window and away from the door, if you don't mind, Miss Gray. So
Sir.
earlier today, I was on walkabout and stretching my legs, and I heard that they're going to execute someone tonight or tomorrow, by the name of Rafi. And the servants said it wasn't their place to judge, and just, they should keep their heads down. And they were kind of hoping we'd stay longer so that the execution would be delayed.
Not very fond of this roadster fellow either. He's definitely hiding something. He is... It seems incredibly dangerous. I did tell him that... It did take a moment to pop a little message in his head, telling him that if I'm the one to bury him, there's going to be nothing that for anyone to find to bring him back. Just do we get involved?
I don't know. I mean, I liked him in the beginning. I kind of wish I knew more. But then again, he knew I was roaming about, so I couldn't really say anything.
For me, he knows of my deity, which I don't particularly like people knowing about. Don't get me wrong, I'm not embarrassed to work with who I work with, but to know of him is unusual.
Yes, understood. And well, either way, I mean, we can. I will back you up if we decide to help him or help Rafi. It's up to you.
We still need to get to Spalding. I don't know if we can get involved here and still make it there. And furthermore, if we mess up bad enough and the big guy finds out, we won't be welcome in Spalding.
That is true. That is true. I guess we can always just keep this information and go on to Spalding and do something with it later.
I feel for them, but there's nothing I can really think of doing.
Yeah, no, I agree. We don't know the story behind it or anything. I don't know, maybe it's just, sometimes I hear things in my head, and with Forrest gone, I've just kind of been hearing this creepy music in my head for the last little bit, since just before dinner.
So, do you think that
I think
we're in danger?
No, I think if we would have been in danger, he would have. Roadster saw me earlier today when I was hiding under a table, and he didn't say anything. Just kind of let me do what I wanted. And so I think we're fine. I think, although we may want to all share 2 rooms or 1 room for the evening. Share 2 rooms or 1 room for the evening.
I agree. We'll tell the other 2 when they get here.
Ridge and Dar, how much longer are you going to sit down there listening to the slapping of gums and food?
Oh, Ridge would have left pretty much almost immediately after Flea and Gray did.
Okay. Where would you go?
Ridge would actually go out back to see the daisies.
There's no daisies out back.
Does there happen to be a view, however, to any of the maybe a balcony towards a nicer room, possibly where Ulrich would be?
Roll me an investigation check.
Absolutely. Pretty sure that's terrible. Yep. Oh God, it's horrible.
Hey, 15's
no.
not bad. Yeah.
Okay, it's not bad. I didn't know which one was going to apply first.
You walk around to the other side of the building where you take note that he said Spalding's room would be by, and that's where you assume his room would be, and you definitely see the very messy interior of a room that is absolutely Spalding's room. There's these very large corsets in there, the corsets, the things that are meant to make you look a little slimmer when you pluck them together on men and shit.
Yep.
It's still a corset, right? I thought they had a different name, but it's a corset. It's just a corset you throw on a dude for his fat stomach. There we go.
Like a girdle.
A girdle, that's the word. Yes, thank you. So yeah, there's a number of different girdles in there sitting on mannequins. Number of different outfits thrown around the mannequins as well. Like, that is absolutely Spalding's room. However, as far as a room that looks like it would match Roadster's, no such luck. And if it is on that side of the building, its lights are probably out. But you do see inside of Gray's room, Flea and Gray standing by the balcony, having a conversation. Not over the balcony, the door's shut, so they're inside the room, but you do see the two of them.
Okay. Well, seeing as there's no daisies and no real sign of Roadster's room, he'll go back inside and start making his way towards his room. Does he pass by the butler at all on the way?
Sure.
Okay, he would just go over and ask if Roadster had, the opportunity tonight, if he could actually come by Ridge's room. He would very much appreciate it.
I'll ask him if I run across him again, though, typically speaking, the lord of the home does not like to be disturbed once he already goes to retire in his quarters.
Fair enough. It was more of a paying job on my end. I was hoping to speak to him for business.
If I happen to run past him, I will let him know. He smiles
Fair
and
enough.
keeps walking.
Thank you.
The butler does not seem to understand your sly commenting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Dar, how about you?
I just go to bed.
Very well. So, Gray and Flea, you just finished your conversation. Gray, you hear footsteps walking down the hall past your room to the room right beside yours.
I'll make a sharp whistle to get his attention.
Ridge, you hear a whistle.
Ridge will approach the room and give it a little knock.
Come in.
Open it up. You whistled?
I think it's wise that we all stay in the same room tonight.
Well, might be a little tricky. I prefer to sleep alone if that's at all possible. What's the worry here?
There's more to... I mean, I know you mentioned before about the sly comments and all of that, but I feel that our host is a little bit more dangerous than he puts on.
I should expect so.
And we don't... I mean, maybe just you and Gray and I can share a room, and you and Dar can share a room, or I think I'd feel better with all of us sharing a room. They're big rooms, but
Well, one of his sly comments did catch me. Evidently, someone might have said something a little offensive. As to what, I don't know for sure.
Gray just starts laughing.
His
There's your culprit.
Yep. Well, I don't know if you mentioned something to him in passing, but his last comment about the daisies was basically him telling us to watch how we talk to him.
I told him not to fuck with us, in so many words. That
I must not have caught it.
that's why I left the room.
Yeah.
If I've seen you, I can get in contact with you practically anywhere you may be. And I stepped out a moment to send him a message and said that you better not try anything, because I didn't particularly like the way that he was speaking to Flea, and Flea himself being that suspicious of a person and saying as much as he did. Let's just say that it heightened my awareness of our host's demeanor. And I happen to say that if I was the one that buried him, there'd be nothing to find to revive him.
That's Yeah, that would warrant a comment on his ends. I didn't hear much threats in his voice. Even sort of checked for our own safety at certain ends, but I can understand your worry. And if need be, I'd be willing to stagger some waking moments. As far as your spell, I'm curious about that. I got a similar one of mine, but doesn't work quite that same way.
Short distance kind of thing.
I wouldn't call it short. If you'd like, for well, no harm in showing you a little bit more magical trickery, and just going to roll something.
No.
A die, hopefully.
It is a die. Okay, cool.
You rolled a 2.
And I did in
Ouch.
fact roll a 2, and I will message you as to why, DM. And Dara is not with us, correct?
Nope.
Okay. Well, that should be fine. And now, Gray and Flea, Ridge's mouth does not move, but you can still hear his voice in your head. This should let us keep tabs even when we're in separate rooms.
Fair enough.
It works on always. You mean Flea.
Perfect.
Interesting. Do I have to? Can I respond? Is there anything I need to do, or is it just I
Respond all
hear?
you like. It is, yeah, might as well say. Or should I just say the ability there, DM, or just describing it that way works?
You can tell them the ability,
Okay, it's Psychic Whispers.
Okay.
which they probably may not know unless they read that book.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
If you could put it in chat, that would be great.
Yeah.
Will absolutely do.
2.
Double check that's there. Da-da-da.
I'm gonna
So,
stare at Ridge and
Mm.
think banana cream pie.
Oh no. Roll me a D3.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
A D3?
welcome. Roll me a D3.
Is that a thing? Where's a D3?
/R space
/R.
D3.
R space D3. 2.
2. The only word that both of you get is cream pie.
God damn.
It started a little late when he was projecting it. He's learning.
That's a interesting way to start. Although I did want to maybe start a book club for that novel you gave me earlier. Just reminded me all of a sudden.
You can't give me a phrase like banana cream pie and expect me not to do something with it. Come on now. You should know
Right.
better.
Yeah.
I should.
Grace
That one I
just-
fell into. I walked right in. I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah.
Maybe the subconscious pulled it up. That's
Oh.
Oh my.
Mhm.
Oh my.
Glorious. So yes, sleeping arrangement. Do you all plan to let Dar in on the excitement? Dar, you did translate with your thieves' cant the whole threat that was imposed on you. Or maybe just imposed on Ridge.
I didn't realize it was imposed on anybody in particular. I just thought it was for the group.
I mean, who knows? Dar, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So yeah, everybody, what's your plan? What are we doing?
Let's keep watch. I'll take the first.
So
Yep. Is anyone else
Nobody's
going to
gonna
stay in
tell
the same
Dar?
room as Gray and I? Yeah, I'll go knock on Dar's room.
Dar, you're just sitting
Yes.
there trancing. Yep.
Yes,
Dar, can you join us in the other room?
sure.
Boo, 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 boo.
And I'll take Dar in the other room, and we'll move away from the door with the door shut. Yeah. So we were thinking that for it might be better, it might be safer if we all stay in the same room tonight.
Okay.
I like you. You're very nice.
The most easily accommodating person in the world. Not a single question. Okay.
I'm
Yeah, cool,
sorry,
bro.
Rage is difficult.
it's the fucking wood elf downstairs. Yeah, man, that's great. Just
Sure.
slumber party.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Oh, I love it. I'm so used to complaints. Okay.
I saw the look on your face. I like you. Just
No kick in the groin. Just sure.
Yeah, argument over everything. Yeah.
alrighty. I would like
Okay.
watching orders, everybody. Dar is a
Yep.
full-blooded elf, so he could take 1/2 of a night by himself.
I will
Ri-
take first.
Okay.
Ridge
I'll
will
take-
be getting his armor back on, by the way, just a heads up. And I'm wondering how this would work, because Ridge is actually going to spend the first couple hours in the in his room instead of theirs.
If it's light armor, you can sleep in it.
Yep,
I mean,
it is.
it's less comfortable, but you can sleep in it. If it's heavier armor, the first night you do it, you're fine. Every night after that is a level of exhaustion.
It is light armor.
Then you're good. I think that only applies to Gray for heavier
Yeah.
armor. Everyone else in the group is sneaky. Oh my god, you're the Gabe of the party.
Don't do that to me. Don't say that to me.
Anyways, so you spend the first couple of hours in your room, Ridge, while you're doing first watch?
Yeah, waiting for a possible guest.
Okay.
So then what we can do in our room is we'll split the night 4 watches. Gray takes second. Gray takes first. I'll take second, and Dar can take third and fourth.
Okay. Sounds good. Well then, with the sleeping arrangement decided, I think this is a good enough place for us to go ahead and call it, everybody. We'll find out if anything transpires in the night next week. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a fantastic time. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all next time. Goodbye.